Okay, so our first topic of today is gonna be AWS Direct Connect. So what is AWS Direct Connect? So basically, let's go on the overview. So we're gonna talk about introduction, use cases, key features, and benefits, and we'll go to the introduction. So you know me, I like before going into something, I like to give a recap, or let's say something that's gonna help us understand the lesson more. فراح أعطيكم زي أمثلة تخليكم شوي تفهموا الدرس أكثر. فامبارح حكينا عن storage gateway إذا بتتذكروا، هي عبارة عن it's a service، هي عبارة عن service خدمة AWS gives us, and it gives us the ability to do a hybrid cloud storage solution. Okay, so AWS or AWS Storage Gateway نعم هي بتعطينا الخدمة إنه إحنا نقدر ندمج ما بين الداتا اللي عندنا موجودة عندنا الأون بريمس مع الداتا اللي موجودة في الكلاود. وفي عندنا قلنا الستورج جيتوي عندنا منها 3 أنواع. قلنا عندنا الفايل جيتوي اللي خاص بالفايلز اللي تعمل that supports SMB and NFS protocol. Yes. SMB and NFS protocol. في عندنا tape gateway, it looks like tape. It stores virtual tapes. And the last one is volume gateway, which is about EBS volumes, and it's related to hard disks بشكل عام. Okay, so these are the 3 types of gateways we have. And تكملة على هذا الإشي, to continue on our topic about storage, we've talked about S3 buckets and storage gateway. So we have also 2 things we're going to talk about today, which is Direct Connect and Snow family. Okay, so Direct Connect kind of look like storage gateway. So Direct Connect is the same as storage gateway. So this is our on-prem, so OP on-prem, and this is AWS. Let me put uploads and let me give it that AWS smile. Let's go to, sorry guys, so let's go to AWS. Okay, here it is. That's I'm gonna choose this one. Okay, so here we have our AWS data center. ففي عنا data centers. Of course, اللي ما بعرف, who doesn't know what data center is? A data center is a bunch of computers, servers, laptops, like a bunch of servers that are there to perform a specific function to a corporation or an enterprise. So let's say my college, جامعتي, it has a data center. Of course, what this data center is going to contain, it's going to contain all the information about students, the college website, financial servers, let's say, or financial transactions, all these kind of stuff. But this bunch of servers that perform a certain task that is related to the enterprise, it's called a data center. So when we have an on-premise data center or off-cloud data center, it's like has a lot of, so on-prem and off-cloud data center. And then in AWS, it's literally the opposite of it. So it's off-prem on-cloud data center. So let's take this and let's write here off, and here let's write on. Okay, so Direct Connect is literally a fiber optic cable. So let's say fiber optic is, I think it's glass, but let's say it's blue, so fiber optic cable. Yeah, kind of look like blue stuff and these kind of stuff. So let's say it's a blue cable. So here. Oh, sorry. So fiber optic cable. So it's literally a fiber optic cable. فهو فعليا هو cable, and it connects between your on-premise and the nearest AWS data center. فأنت بتشبك data center بداتا center. So nearest connects your data center to the nearest AWS data center. Of course, AWS all capital, so let's do that. Okay, here you can see. So إيش الفرق? What's the difference between this and storage gateway? There's a huge difference. When you're connecting storage gateway, you're connecting on-prem to a cloud solution. So you're directly going to cloud. You're not, there's nothing physical, there's no physical cables, but Direct Connect, there is a physical cable and there's something that you connect from your on-premise to AWS nearest data center. There's like a magic door, let's say, or لنفترض, let's say we have two coffee shops. So here we have coffee shop 1 and coffee shop 2, and let's say the road between them is very very crowded, ففي traffic، في عنا أزمة. فإحنا شو بنساوي عشان نوصل من كوفي شوب 1 لكوفي شوب 2؟ بنبني طريق تانية سرية ما حدا بفوتها غير أصحاب المحل. وهذا الإشي, this gives us the ability, like building the secret road that no one can go, only if you have specific permissions to do so, gives you the ability to not use the internet to send your data, and it's gonna be much faster. The problem is, doing this is gonna cost you a lot of money because you're physically building a cable and you're connecting it to on-premise, and it's gonna take a lot of time. So minimum of 2 weeks. So this actually came on the exam. So you need to understand that there is a minimum 2 weeks to do this kind of stuff. So إذا إجانا شغل, if we had a business case that said you need to migrate data from your on-prem to cloud, but it can't withhold 2 weeks, you go to storage gateway or data migration based on the question. But if it said it can withhold 2 weeks and it has like compliance, regulatory things, you can go to Direct Connect. Okay, so 2 weeks. Wow, that's a very bad W. Okay, 2 weeks to set up a Direct Connect. Okay, so let's go back. So we said it's a cloud solution that simplifies establishing a dedicated network connection from your on-premise to AWS. So we said a dedicated network means you literally have a cable. ففي عنا cable خاص لنا. And using AWS Connect, احنا بنعمل private connection. So using Connect, we're gonna have this private connection. Of course, it's like the secret road we had from our coffee shops. And it can reduce network cost and increase bandwidth and throughput because you're having your own networking experience. You don't have anyone who's sharing this kind of network. So there's not going to be any networking cost, and it's going to be high bandwidth and low latency. The problem is it's going to take 2 weeks. So let's see. So key features, you have a dedicated network connection. You have high bandwidth and low latency. You have consistent network performance. You have multiple connection options. It's redundant and resilient, and you can integrate security with it. So isn't it having your own line and your own cable secure enough? It's not. Of course, you have to encrypt the data that goes between these data. So it also has the availability to do so. Okay. So use cases. Okay. So of course I have, if you can see the slides, literally it's full of buildings. That's not because I took a real estate template. No, ما أخذتش هذا template من مؤسسات عقارات. لا. It's a joke, actually. I did take it from a real estate template, but I came up with the idea that literally I need some buildings so I can give you the idea of on-premise or establishing something that's physical. So you can see here, there's a lot of towers and a lot of buildings. So yeah, use cases, we can use it for hybrid cloud architecture. We can help with data migration, disaster recovery, high performance application, and with cost management. Of course, cost management, we said it's going to reduce our networking cost, like sending data between multiple regions, or not regions, sorry, multiple places. And it's going to help with disaster recovery because you're going to have your own connected cable. And yeah, so benefits, of course, we have a high performance, we have low latency, we have high bandwidth. So we said lower the latency, the better. So low latency, better. It's not BBB, it's LBB. So LBB, lower latency, better. And we have high bandwidth. So high bandwidth, the better. So HBB. LBB, LLB, and HBB, LLB. Okay. Also, it's reliable because you have your own network, you have everything that's on your own, and you don't have to connect to the internet, which is great. It's much safer. Also, it's cost effective because it's gonna reduce network cost by avoiding internet data transfers, of course, because we're using our own network. And it's secure because we can use our own security measures with private, dedicated, unconnected, encrypted option. And it's flexible, so you can also integrate it with a lot of AWS services. So let's say here, let's go back. So let's say we have actually done this, sorry, we have done this. And you can like use S3 buckets to send the data to maybe some database, so DBs. So you can, not BDs, DBs, so DBs. Yeah. So you can integrate it with a lot of AWS services based on your use case, let's say. And yeah, I think that's it for the Direct Connect. So let me stop the recording. Stop recording.